What is going on, beautiful people? Today, we're going to be answering the question, should you change your phone number when leaving a narcissist or a toxic person? If you're new here, my name is Lee Hammock. I'm a clinically diagnosed narcissist, and welcome to another episode of the Narcissist Code. Bang! Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. Yep, that is the question of the hour. Y'all see the hearts on my MacBook? My daughter, girl dad, she likes putting hearts everywhere, and I'm not going to take them off. I don't care how masculine it doesn't make me look. How people weird. But yeah, should you change that number? Should you give up a phone number that you've had for 20, 30 years? Like, Lee, I've had this phone number for 18 years. It's like the last number I've had, and I don't want to change it. But I just can't stop this person from calling. I blocked their phone number. They get a different phone number. They use the Text Now app. They Google number. They just keep finding a way to get through. They call me from their friends' phone numbers and other people. They've actually called me from the New Supplies phone number. Like, what do I do? So, y'all, a lot of people would tell you to not change their number. Just being realistic. A lot of people would say, hey, look. You don't want to run away. You don't want to feel like they won. You don't want to feel like you're giving in to the abusive person or giving in to the toxic person. And by changing your phone number, right? You feel like a lot of people will tell you that. A lot of people will give you that advice and just say, look, don't change it. Just keep blocking. Just keep blocking. Just press charges if you have to. But y'all know how it goes. Like the police, let's be realistic. And this is not, no, I got some folks out there who just do the law enforcement stuff. But the police are not always going to be on your side with this in these situations, y'all. Like, you have to prove that it's this person harassing you. Sometimes they're just calling you and blowing your phone up from fake numbers that are not attached to them. You know, and it costs money, it takes time, effort, energy, and whatever to investigate to see who this actually is this person. You know, what proof do you have is this person calling you? It's not just some spam number or scam number. So sometimes that doesn't even help you, right? That doesn't even help you to call the police in these situations and whatnot, because like the police might not do anything about it, and that can be even more frustrating for you when you're trying to deal with this type of situation. When you're trying to navigate the subtle intricacies of leaving a toxic relationship dynamic. So that some people would just say, don't change the number, stay strong, and they'll get tired. Will not change your number and not responding to them and just continuously blocking them. Will that wear some narcissist out? Yes. Some of them will leave you alone if you just stay the course. You just keep blocking, not responding, and whatnot, right? Keep blocking. You're just kind of like hacking through the woods, right? You're in the middle of it's kind of like you got airdropped into the middle of a jungle, right? And you're like, the only thing you have is a machete. You got to hack through the woods to get out of there. Just hacking the branches. Like every branch is a new phone number or a new method of communication. Like not even your phone number, like email. They might email or text you or whatever, right? Hacking, right? Hacking until you get through. And sometimes they will leave you alone. Sometimes they get worn out and find a new person, whatever it is, they will leave you be, right? But some of them won't. Yo, this can go on for, and I'm not trying to be doom and gloom, but I feel like a lot of people can co-sign this in the comment section. Some of them will not leave you alone. Some of them will continue to mess with you. Some of them will continue to mess with you even after, like, you continuously block them for years. And you know it's them, but you can't prove it's them because sometimes they don't even say their name. They'll send you a text message that only you know it's them, like some kind of smoke signal or dog whistle to let you know it's them. Like they'll say like Peggy Sue, and Peggy Sue is the name of the dog y'all used to have 10 years ago or something like that. They'll say, how's Peggy Sue? You know, something to let you know it's them, but not to incriminate themselves. Because sometimes people think they're smarter than what they are, right? So they won't incriminate themselves in that situation right there, but they're still doing the same type of stuff. So like some of them, like they will not get tired. And sometimes, like I said, you have to force them to leave you alone. Like you can try to exhaust them because they're trying to exhaust you. That's what they're like. Both of y'all are trying to exhaust each other. You're trying to exhaust them by continuously blocking them and just, sending their stuff to voicemail or, just blocking them, ignoring them or whatever. They're trying to exhaust you into giving up and just responding to them. Because in their minds, any response is a win. Even if you say, hey, leave me alone, Bill. Even if you're saying something like that, they will feel that way right there. They'll just say, hey, leave me alone, Bill, or something along those lines. But that happens right there a lot, y'all. They will just, do that type of stuff. But on the flip side of things, let's go to the flip side of stuff, right? Should you change your phone number, email, or whatever? My answer to the question, sometimes it's necessary, y'all. Sometimes it is necessary because they're going to try to exhaust you. You try to exhaust them. It gets tiresome. Sometimes the best way is to change your number. This is not, look, of course, you do what you want to do. If you don't want to give up that phone number because it's easy to remember, it's your high school phone number. You got to create that phone number through, you started it through Singular Wireless and Alltel and whatever, Nextel. You had this number since back in the day, right? You just been transferring this number to different services, right? You do what you want to do. But if it was me in this situation, I would change my number. But y'all, oh my goodness, let me say this right here. Let me say this as clear as I can possibly say it. Do not change your number if you're just going to give it to them. Do not change your phone number if the thought in your mind exists for you to break no contact and you to call them or respond to them or text them back or whatever. Do not change your number because it just defeats the purpose. And then you be frustrated from changing your number. Like, I changed my number and I gave it to them anyway. I'm such a failure. You'll start beating yourself up and you could inadvertently start a shame spiral that make you do more shameful things. You'll feel like, I've already done this one shameful thing. I might as well keep doing others. So do not change your number if the possibility exists for you to give it to them anyway. If you're going to break down or you're going to miss them or whatever, don't change it and give it to them. That's pointless. To change your phone number just to give it to them is pointless. That's really all I can say about that. But that happens right there in a lot of these spaces. So if you're dealing with a narcissist or a toxic person, this is the mindset or the mentality that you have to have right here, right? It is. So I would change my number because that's a clean slate. That's a clean slate. This person doesn't have the number. You don't have to worry about getting any random phone calls, any random text messages. You change your phone number. It's a clean slate for you. It's kind of if you look at it in a different way, it's kind of releasing the energy that other phone number had. No more missed calls, no more anxiety. Because the reason I say sometimes you have to change your phone number because imagine just walking around every single day, right? Not knowing if this person is going to text you or call you today. Imagine that. Imagine walking around just trying to exist, trying to live, not knowing if your toxic narcissistic ex is going to call you or text you today, right? Imagine that going on right there. Imagine that happening. Like you just don't know what to do. You don't know what to say. You don't know how things are going to go. You're just walking around and imagine that happens right there. Imagine it. Like there's so much anxiety and pressure put on yourself, so much unnecessary stress. Like I don't want to be on a date and this person keeps calling me and texting me and blowing my phone up. Changing your phone number could just release that anxiety. Just release it. Let it loose. Let it free, right? It can absolutely just release you from the ties that bond and allow you some healing and some growth and some space to just do you. Couldn't it? So that's something to definitely consider in that space right there, to just allow yourself that space to heal and to grow and to continuously move forward and whatnot. That's what can happen in so many of these spaces. So changing your phone number could be the best bet. But like I said, don't change it if you're just going to give it to them. And and you have to be very meticulous about who you give it to. If you have mutual friends that are still friends with your toxic, narcissistic, stalkery ass ex, you might not want to give it to them because they might just slip up and give it to your ex. And then that defeats the purpose as well. You don't want to change, like I said, you don't have an email address that you had since high school that they just keep blowing up. You don't want to change that and then give it to the wrong person because, like I said, you don't want to switch to a different email address and give it to the wrong person and then they give it to your ex and the process starts all over again. That's adding additional stress. So it's definitely something to consider. It's definitely something to consider before moving forward and whatnot. If I just tell you, like, if this is something you want to do, if you want that freedom to not worry about, oh, they're going to text me today, or they're going to call me today. Can I try, am I going to have a free time? You know, or they're going to blow me up, or they're stalking me, or whatever. You can absolutely set yourself free by not giving the number to certain people, by not doing that to certain people, by not being around certain people. Because like this gives you that freedom and that power to do this type of stuff. So it's just like you have to choose you. It's okay to choose you, right? It's okay to pick you. It's okay to change that phone number that you've had for a long time. Of course, again, you got to make sure you don't give it, like, whoever you give this number to, say, hey, look, do not, if you are still in contact with my ex or whatever, do not give this to them. Do not. Or you might have to cut them off. You see, because you don't want to give it to you don't want to give your phone number or your email address or whatever to your new one to a person that's a flying monkey of your toxic narcissistic ex. That again defeats the purpose and will just start the process all over again, reinitiate the stress and things of that nature. And then if you do change your phone number and they start calling you or texting you, somehow they get it or whatever, right? They get it. Then you might be able to press charges. Like I said, this is what happens because now they harass you. Now they've changed phone numbers. Now they reached out to you from a different number and things like that. So sometimes it could be your best bet to actually change your phone number to allow you that space to heal, allow you that space to get past this, allow you that space to just like, damn, I'm done. I'm finally done with this person. I have the freedom to move forward from this person right now. So it is something to consider. Like I know a lot of us have that, you know what I mean? I was getting a lot of spam calls and emails and stuff like that to my phone number. I had to change it recently, like last year. You know, this is just spam calls. This is not a toxic ex. This is just spam calls. And it just sucks having to give it to so many other people. And I'm a real estate agent in North Carolina. So if you need a house in North Carolina, look me up. But this is the type of stuff that happens right here, y'all. So check me out. Like I said, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Like I said, y'all still doing one-on-ones over Zoom. You can find my coaching sessions at mentalhealness.net. One-on-ones over Zoom are still available, coaching sessions and whatnot. And I also have a support group as well that we go live in, do private lives 2 times a week. Check it out. It's called the Mental Healers. Private Zooms, courses, everything is at mentalhealness.net, y'all. Like and subscribe for more. And as always, Mental Healness is out. Peace. Thank you so much for making it to the end of my video. I am extremely grateful for you. Have no idea. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Helps reach more people. And click on the screen to watch another video or to browse through another playlist. There's also a link on the screen to check out my courses and my support groups to help you heal and understand what you've been through. Thank you so much again. I will see you in the next video. Peace.